Welcome everyone to another Mindset Monday. I could not have done 30 days of stress awareness theme without talking about the big hitter, and that's anxiety. It is a huge life purpose of mine to help shift the stats on anxiety in women. In 2019, I took it upon myself to do a research study, and I reached out to hundreds and hundreds of Australian professional women on LinkedIn asking about their experience with stress and anxiety. I realized that if I was going to follow my life purpose and really be able to help women, I needed to know what the triggers were and what the thoughts were that were causing their anxiety. Staggering, 72% of the women who participated in the study said that they had suffered from mild to extreme anxiety at some point in their life. So for women who had been stuck in that negative mindset, not feeling good was the number one cited as the main reason for their stress. And worrying about the future and what other people thought or would say about them was also contributing majorly to their stress and anxiety. So as you're probably aware by now, if you've been following me for a while, I believe that everything begins in the mind. And through this research study, my Learn to Thrive journal was born because I realized how much mindfulness tools have been amazing in my life. So the truth about anxiety is that it is 100% a fear-based emotion. Your fear is triggered by your thoughts. Typically, the fear comes from thinking about the future and an unknown outcome. We have a fear of the unknown. Your worried and fearful thoughts then spark a hormone response in your body. So your body is flushed with cortisol and adrenaline, your stress hormones, as that fight or flight mode gets turned on. Because your body, though, thinks that it needs to act on these fearful thoughts, it's trying to either get you out of the situation or fight the situation. Anxiety symptoms can come from that, and they differ from woman to woman. Stomach ache, racing heart, racing mind, shaking hands, loss of appetite, shortness of breath, muscle tension, insomnia, and the list goes on. The problem is that the body is so amped up just from what you've been thinking, and the stress hormones have no way to release themselves. So the truth is, if thinking got you into the situation, then the good news is that our thoughts can be changed and ultimately get us out of that situation. So if you suffer from anxiety, it is about learning how to master your mind and doing some of the work to heal your unconscious belief system and release that base level fear emotion. The flow-on effect is that your body changes and has a completely different response. So here are my 3 steps to help you start to learn to shift your anxiety. All right, so step 1 is get clear on what is real and what is imagined. I bet you've looped around in your mind down a rabbit hole of what if this happens, what if that happens, analyzing and overthinking every possible scenario of this situation that you're in going wrong. It's basically your imagination having a field day, triggered by that first fearful, worried thought that you have. So when this loop starts, I want you to catch yourself, and sometimes that's the hardest step, catching the thought process before it spirals. If you can do that, then you can absolutely master anything. So first thing first, I want you to move your body. Go for a walk, get some fresh air, take a deep breath, take some square breaths. If you've got my journal, you know what I'm talking about. Get out of the space that you are in. You want to move your body and shift that flush of stress hormones. Remember, the fear from your mind has just flooded your body with these hormones. Then ask yourself, is this real or an imagined scenario? Am I on the what if loop Janelle was talking about and imagining that every worst possible case scenario is going wrong? And how bad is it really? So say to yourself, this situation is not real. It's not set in stone. It has not happened. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And use that as a mantra and keep repeating it until the feeling begins to lighten and you realize that this is your imagination taking you places that you do not want to go. Number 2, thinking too big causes for the fear. So you want to break it down and get specific and get clear on the fear. What am I afraid of? Slow down and tune into your thoughts. What specifically am I anxious about? Why is that a concern? What are you specifically worried about in that concern? How is that a problem for you right now? So what is this stopping you from doing or causing you to do right now? Are you lashing out? Are you emotional wreck? Are you stopping yourself from doing something that you really should be doing? And once you've got specific, then you can rationalize it and let's shine some reality on it. Ask yourself, what would happen if this thing that you now realize you've imagined in your mind did actually happen? Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely is it that this could actually happen? If it did, how bad would it be? Is it really as bad as what you've imagined, which is like the sky is falling in? Sometimes our imagination has us down a rabbit hole, and in reality, on that scale, the event actually happening is like a 2 or 3, but the fear triggered in us is like a 10. So this step is about taking perspective. And the third step is about flipping the switch. and shedding some light on the why. Why is this anxiety showing up in your life? This may be an entirely new concept for you, and it may or may not resonate with you, and either way, I'm okay, all right? I'm talking about the why. Have you ever asked yourself, why is this fear showing up in your life? What do I need to learn? A growth mindset says that everything we go through, every challenge, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to shift, and to grow. Tad James, one of the founders of NLP, which is the coaching modality that I have been professionally trained in, he states that anxiety is your unconscious mind telling you to focus on what you want. This body response you are having is reminding you to stop and focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. So what is your anxiety trying to tell you? Maybe even instead of hating on your anxiety, could you shift your perspective and see it as a signal from a friend within? And when you start to feel anxious, you realize this friend is asking you for your attention. She wants you to wake up. She wants you to work with you, that there is something that she wants to tell you. If you can imagine this, then ask her, okay, friend, you've got my attention. You've really got it. What am I focusing on? What am I focusing on that, what am I focusing on what I want or what I don't want? What do I want here? Is that toxic job or friendship or relationship what I want? Am I continuing to go back and it's what I want? Do I keep pushing myself to do things in situations that other people? All right, so step 3, flip the switch and shed some light on why this anxiety is showing up in your life. Now, this may be an entirely new concept for you, and it may or may not resonate, and I'm okay either way, all right? I'm talking about the why. Have you ever asked yourself, why is this fear showing up in your life? What do I need to learn? A growth mindset says that everything that we go through, every challenge, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and shift and grow. Tad James, one of the founders of NLP, which is the coaching modality that I have been professionally trained in, he talks a lot about anxiety, and he states that anxiety is your unconscious mind telling you to focus on what you want. So this is a body response that you are having, reminding you to stop and focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. So what is your anxiety trying to tell you? And maybe even instead of hating on your anxiety, could you shift your perspective and see your anxiety from like a signal, like it's a signal from a friend or something within you? And when you start to feel anxious, you realize that this friend or this something in you is asking for your attention. She wants you to wake up. She wants you to work with you, and there's something that she wants to tell you. So ask her, okay, you've got my attention now, loud and clear. What am I focusing on? Am I focusing on what I want or what I don't want? So ask yourself, what do I want here? Is this toxic job or friendship or relationship what I want? And yet I continue to go back and do what I don't want. Do I keep pushing myself to do things in situations or for other people that I really do not want to do? So this concept may take some time to ponder, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here as a mindset coach to stretch your unconscious thinking and your thought process to help you get back to thriving. So I hope this Mindset Monday finds you all well today. If you struggle with anxiety and you would like some freedom from this grip of fear in your life, then I want to share with you that I run a 2-session short program that will help you to identify the root cause of the event that programmed your anxiety and release it. You'll get an understanding of the specifics of what triggers your anxiety, and you'll leave the session with an amazing tool, and you'll learn how to, my anxiety release technique, so that it will be in your back pocket to be able to help you in future. So you can DM me or comment below if you'd like some more information. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm also going to, in the next week, get these questions up on my blog so that you can look at them again and review them again in your own time. Hope that you all have an incredible week. Take care, and from my house to yours, wishing you all the best.